Welcome to the pre-match press conference of Team Iceland. We have a head coach of Team Iceland, Heimir Hallgrímsson, and we have a captain, Aron Gunnarsson. Just a quick reminder before we start press conference, live streaming or shooting video with your mobile phone is not allowed. We'll now start taking questions. Tell your name and organization. Waiting for the microphone, please.
Hello, it's David Heitner from The Guardian in London. A question in English, please, for the coach. Can you explain in general terms why you think Icelandic people are so optimistic? Thank you.
Well, I think it's in the genes. Normally we are about everything. If it's a Eurovision Song Contest, we always think we're going to win it, but we never make it to the finals. And it's the same here. We think we're going to win all the games. And even though we lose, we think we're going to win the next one. So that's just, I think it's in the genes. Optimism.
Next question.
Sælir, Tómas Þór, Stöð 2, bara getur fengið standið á hópnum, kannski aðalega Jói Berg, sá mann æfa á hann og...
How's the group fit? Is Jói Berg Guðmundsson fit for tomorrow?
Allir leikmenn bara klárir fyrir morgundaginn.
All players are fit for tomorrow? And Guðmundsson was training with us today and he's looking good. He's been improving every day and was fully training today. So he's very probably fit for playing tomorrow.
Hi, question for the coach, Croatian television, Edin. You played a lot of games against Croatia in the last couple of years. What do you think Croatian coach Zlatko Dalic changed in Croatia team, and do you think is this team more different than the team before you played against?
The Croatians always have a really good passing team. That's the strength of the Croatian players. What I think Zlatko has done is there is more balance in the team between attacking and defending. In their attacking game, there's more long balls than have been before, so it's another balance also that he has introduced to the team. The variety of their attacks is fantastic, and also I think he has changed the roles of the midfield players. Now Modric has played more higher up the pitch, so he's more in the short final passes where he's really strong. And we feel that there's more, maybe it's a sense because they have done quite well they've done amazingly in the first two games. But we feel it's more togetherness in the squad, and I think that's for everyone to see that the players are enjoying to play under him, and I think we have to give him a lot of credit for the way they started this competition, and yeah, they deserve to go all the way if they keep on playing this way. So we're really impressed. What it gives to us is that we have beaten them in June in Iceland, so it gives us confidence. We were higher than them in our group, so again gives us another confidence. And probably for others that didn't see the qualification, see how much praise our players should have for the qualification to finish above Croatia.
Can you please return microphone?
A short question for the player.
Yeah,
okay.
Yes,
just a short question. What do you think? You already beaten Croatia. Will you approach the same, or what's the secret of beating Croatia? What do you think was the plan of Iceland to beat Croatia?
Yeah, it gives us belief. Having beaten them before in our home pitch, I think we're up against the wall now. We need to do our job and hope for a good result in the other game. But it's all about us now. I know they've been consistent in the World Cup now, and probably the most consistent team in our group. But we need to fight fight our ground and give him a good battle. If we do our job and win that game, then we can't worry about anything else.
A question for the coach from Paul Jiggins from The Sun in England. The Croatian coach has said he's going to rest some of his key players due to injuries and suspensions. How much of an advantage will that give you?
I think it's a little bit of disadvantage for us. Strange to say it, but I think the players who have played the first 2 games could be demotivated, thinking about not getting injured, not getting yellow cards. Now we have players playing at the highest level, because there's no rubbish players who are in the squad who haven't played for Croatia. Is players playing Inter Milan, Real Madrid. So it's motivated players who want to punch themselves in to be able to play the final 16 and final 8 and semi-finals. So that's their chance. So I think we will have a group of really motivated players coming in the Croatian squad. So I don't think, and we approach it in that way that it really doesn't matter if they change 1 player or 10. It's still going to be a really, really good Croatian team.
Here, question for the coach and for the captain also, Rafael De Angeli from TV Globo Brazil. And I ask you, coach and the player, about the Russian fans, because here in Rostov we saw that the crowd here they chose a side in each of the matches. They support Uruguay, Brazil, and Mexico. And now you have 3 players who are defending Rostov Football Club here in your squad. So do you expect a support of the Russian fans? And if that happens, does it make any difference for you?
Yeah, I think like you say there, having 3 players who play here in Rostov will be hopefully it will be our support. Yeah, it definitely does make a difference. We've seen that in our home game in Laugardagsvöllur. We get unbelievable support there, and it definitely does make a difference. And hopefully we'll get the fans on our side tomorrow, and hopefully we'll make a good game out of it for them and do our job, like I said earlier. That's the only thing that matters.
Hello, Steve Bates from the Daily Mirror in England. Question for the coach. In England, we are still hurting from the Iceland defeat in Euro 2016. Do you think what you learned from that game in the way you beat England that day can help you against Croatia tomorrow, or is this a different scenario completely, one that will have no bearing on tomorrow's game?
I think the England game gave us as much as beating Turkey away or Ukraine at home. So the England game was no different from other wins. We have to fight for every win for every game that we want to win. So the England game was no different from us. Of course, it was a bigger stage. That's maybe what you can correlate to the game tomorrow. But the England game and the England win was, I think, no different for us than other wins.
Hörðusnævar Jónsson frá Bleikt og Blátt, Aron Einar.
From Bleikt og Blátt.
Hvernig hefur verið að
How has it been recovering between games, Aron? It's a short time between games, as I say.
Svo góður þetta, ég gerði það.
That was a good one.
Já, bara mjög vel.
Very good. I've been recovering well. It has been tough, especially in the games. As we said before the last game, people were feeling good, and I felt, especially today, there was people were pushing on the training ground. We were fighting on the training ground, which always works well before games, that we are pushing it on the training ground. And I think people have been recovering. We have our back to the wall, and we have to do what we need to do. It appears that all players are very focused on the job tomorrow. We will do everything we can on the pitch. We have to do our job.
Question for the coach from CCTV China. Hello. Why did you train at noon? Do you want the team to adapt to local hot weather? Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good question. Firstly, it's a routine. We always train at this hour. We picked this hour, try to win this slot as a matchday -1 training. Because we're used to it, it keeps the rhythm to our program. We know it's the hottest hour, but this training is not physical by no means, so I don't think that has an effect. But it's also important for us to train in the heat more. Yeah, most of our players are not used to training in the heat, so that's why we picked Galencic, which is more or less one of the hottest places. And that is why we train at noon.
Ég frá lögbreytingblaðinu þá, því að hann frá Bleiku og Bláa. Sælir
hello guys.
Heimir, nú ertu búin að undirbúa þennan leik.
Heimir, now you've been preparing for this game for some months now.
Sérðu fyrir þér að
do you see that there will be changes in your team from the last 2 games? Our team or the Croatian? Your team?
Nei, við erum ekkert að fara.
No, we are not going to change anything greatly. We know what talents the Croatians have, and we have adapted to their way of playing. We've changed our nuances in the games against them, and I think we know pretty well where their dangers lie. They always win in the midfield. They have world-class midfield players, and we have a game plan, of course. We had it in our minds when we came here, and it has not changed much. Of course, they have different accents in there. He has adapted his game against the opponents, and which is a bit new for Croatians, and it's nice to observe and follow how he is working.
Question for the coach. This might be an extremely Norwegian question. I'm here in the middle. Can you tell me, how did you convince Bjrn Bergsson back into the national team after he had some years playing or not playing for Iceland?
How did I convince him to come back?
Yes, or if you did convince him, or if
a few phone calls. A few phone calls. That's it. I think he doesn't regret coming back, so he's really enjoyed, and he's always a bigger and bigger part of our squad. And I think both the boys and him enjoy to be together.
Hi guys.
I want to ask you, Heimir, how is the spirit in the team for the last 2? It's been a long tournament, and you've lost a game. What have you been trying to do to raise your spirits and be focused? As always, we keep our routines. What's most important, whether we win or lose, to keep the routine. There's nothing. We don't start doing anything else, whether we win or lose games. It's very important for this group to keep keep to the routine which has functioned until it stops functioning. And we both give the players some part of the day for themselves, and people use it that time as they want. But otherwise we have changed very little in how we prepare. We'll do it until it stops functioning. The spirit has been very good in the team. Aaron can maybe answer this better, how the spirit in the team is. But with us, it's always very fun. As I said before, we've been in this position before. When we lost against Finland away, and we had to pep ourselves up for the next. We didn't change anything from the routine. We feel good in the routine we are in, and it has worked up till now. Now we just have to. It depends on how we face this game and work on the pitch.
Sindri hérna frá NBL.
Sindri frá NBL.
Finnst þér að hafa mjög truflandi áhrif?
Is it difficult that the results in the other game is so important for you? And Heimir, and how is the practical part of this? Is someone following the Nigeria-Argentina? As I said before, the only thing that is important or matters is that we do our work. We have to put everything into that. We're not going to think about anything else. Of course, the trainer and they will get information how the result in the other game is looking. It has always been like that when we've had simultaneous games. But we who are on the pitch, we have to think about ourselves. We can't think about. We know who we're playing. We're playing a great team, a Croatian team, and we have to do ours to win. And we just hope for the best. I just want to say I agree with Aron. It's difficult enough to start a game and try to win Croatia. That by itself is enough of a job. But of course we have men, and there is communications between the trainers and the people who are looking at the other game, etc. And they know the position, what's going on in the other game. We want to focus on our game from the bench. If we need some information of things are changing, we will get that. And I think the people watching will be also know this, and that we'll hear something from them when something happens.
Trainer, Alcorta, German TV. What will happen in Iceland when you manage to qualify for the 80-finals? Thank you.
Then Icelanders think we were going to be world champions because they are so optimistic. No, just to put the question into context, because now there's teams that are trying to qualify from their group. Only half of the teams will qualify for the final 16. And for nations like Argentina, Portugal, Germany, it would be kind of not a disgrace, but at least it would be a shock not to qualify for the final 16. If we've managed to qualify for the final 16, it would probably be the biggest success in the short Icelandic football history. So that's just to put it into context, what it means for us and what it means for others. So I would say it would be the biggest success in our short football history if we would qualify for the final 16 in the World Cup. So that's just to put it into context, how much it would mean to us and how much of achievement that would be for the players if they would do that.
I like your positivity, by the way.
Next question.
Вопрос на русском языке, Интерфакс.
A question in Russian, Interfax news
Два коротких
agency.
вопроса. Как вы оцениваете
Actually, two
организацию
short
чемпионата мира в
questions.
Ростове?
How
И
do
еще один
you
вопрос,
assess the
это
organization
будут
of
ли
the
иметь
World Cup in
игроки,
Rostov?
которые
And secondly,
играют в Ростове,
will the players who will be playing in Rostov, will they have an advantage over others? You said that you selected Gelenjik for climatic reasons. Three of the players have already accustomed themselves with that.
First of all, Í fyrsta lagi þá
First of all,
allur þessi tími hérna í
all this time here in Russia
búin að vera
has been
nánast myndi ég segja fullkomin, allt skipulag.
perfect. All the organization
búið að vera upp á 10 í kringum okkur.
has been up to 10 points for us. People have been very helpful and everything has functioned. We cannot but give Russians credit for the operation.
Með beint frá hjartanu og það
And we
verða
do it
góðar
straight from the
minningar
heart, say it straight from the
örlögin
heart.
verða þau að við
And
dettum út
if we do not qualify after tomorrow, we will go home with good memories from Russia and Gelenjik and the people here around. There's no question for us, it has been a great experience which this group will, this team will use in the future. With regards to the players here, it's always good to play on the home pitch, feel the support. I don't know whether the climate is so important. Of course, we have players who like playing here more than others. Do you want to add anything? No, excellent. Hi guys. We've heard Heimir. You meet the fans before the games in Iceland, and now you go into the training pitch. This is moment Heimir, and you always put up these things on the field. When you're putting up these things on the pitch, is it some sort of a moment for you? It's just a routine. As everyone knows, I've been training with kids and amateur teams. You have to do it all yourself. I know that not many trainers who are putting things up on the pitch for training, but this is something I want to do. It's not nothing but that.
Портал.news.ru. Вопрос на русском языке. Завтра вы будете заочно биться за выход из группы с Лионелем Месси. Можете оставить за бортом чемпионата одного из лучших игроков мира. Вот используете ли вы этот момент, чтобы как-то мотивировать игроков?
Overtake one of the best teams of the world. Are you using this to motivate your players? And the question to Aaron, what do you think about that?
Já, við ætlum að reyna það.
Yes, we are going to try it.
Það náttúrulega mikil trú á verkefnið.
Of course, we have great faith in the project. We have good faith in ourselves. We have prepared very well for this game, and it's up to us ourselves when we come into the pitch. The trainers have done theirs, the staff also. Now the players have to stand up and do everything they can for this project. But it doesn't matter for us if we get out of the group, who gets left behind. It doesn't matter to us.
Yeah, that will be the last question of today.
Heimir, náttúrulega strákarnir að vera að fá spurningar
The boys have been getting questions about their future, like Hannes after what he will be doing in his professional career. Now you don't know yourself whether you are you getting questions about your future? Have you been getting inquiries about your future, Heimir? It's good you ask. I was talking to staff. I never have my phone. I have it just turned off. We have so many things to think about. We focus 100% on this project. It's so big. And that was the aim of this. We want to finish this tournament. We're not preparing just for this game. We are thinking into the future. The future for this team, if we don't get on, we are going to the Nations League in September. And that's another, a claim for these boys, how well they've played in the last 2 years. We are in the Champions League of national teams in Europe. We're going into the first, or the Premier League of the Nations League, and we are in the second group of strength when the Euros will be selected. So that shows how well they've done in the last 2 years. If we are thinking about something else than playing Croatia, we shouldn't be doing this.
Thank you, coach and captain. All the best for tomorrow's match.
Tak.